Hey there, Dragon Ball Infinity. I'm Luke, your roleplay admin, and this is a roleplay review for Rizion's log. I think it's called. I think it's really called The Dawn of a Hero, but on the forums you're gonna find it labeled as an ellipsis, just like three dots. So what can you say about this? Like, holy shit, it's so good. Um, and that's the review, folks. Um, God, it's perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It takes everything that's been happening, all this build up, all these different logs, all these characters, everything just kind of comes to this climatic, like, moment, and it's just perfect. It's perfect. Rizion kind of shamed me especially a little bit because I used to be very all about T0. And for those of you, anyone who's new or anyone who comes across this video later, the old T0 you didn't have or Tier 0, you didn't have any powers, no energy blast, nothing like that. Nothing fancy, nothing over the top. You're basically just like the best of the best of a human, potential. But with the new age, we kind of rolled everything up a little bit, so everyone starts off with energy, and you've got superpowers and all this crap. But the thing about T0 that was so good was that it allowed for this amazing development. It allowed you to really start your legacy, on the right foot, starting out as like a pupil, and then work your way up to becoming a master. And Rizion's just doing it perfect. He's just doing it perfect. He's showing exactly how it should be done. Like his character is taken out of his element, taken away from Kan, taken away from his home, taken away from everything that he understands and that he knows, and he's thrust into this new world, and there's all this danger and all this excitement, and the people around him, some of the characters failed, to make the jump to the superhuman level. They were either killed or they made mistakes or they let their emotions get too carried away. But Rizion had just the right attitude and the right perseverance and the right just he was just the right person to survive it all and to come out on top. We saw characters like Jason who were in the exact same situation as him, who were killed off or who were taken in by the virus and stuff that's going on Hydia. There's we saw people like Arna, and all the other people who were captured and taken into the facility. All those people were destroyed. Rizion managed to make it through, and maybe he had a little help here and there from some people. I'd say Cyber helped him out a little bit, but Cyber didn't really do anything. It was Rizion who did everything. He took the knowledge that he had kind of picked up from Cyber during the mind sculpting and used it to do what he thought was right. And in this log, he saves a whole bunch of people. He actually becomes a hero, and he releases his talent. He calls it talent. He releases an energy, uses this badass double helix cannon. It's just the whole thing's badass. It's great. It's so good. I really wish I had gone that route when I had been developing Cyber and Venser. I really wish I had developed more because you can really see I'm just going to keep using myself and my characters as an example, but my characters have this kind of embedded knowledge. They just know how to fly spaceships, they just know how to use energy weapons and rifles, and they have all this training, they're ninjas and soldiers and all kinds of stuff, but Rizion's really learning everything step by step, and albeit he's learning it at a pace that a normal human being probably wouldn't be able to, but he's not exactly normal. He's the kind of person who has that potential. He's in terms of roleplayness, or in terms of roleplay, he's got like potential 5. So he's learning faster than any normal person would be. He's adapting more quickly. And a lot of it has to do with sheer dumb luck and survive, and the instinct to survive. But then the other part of it really is just potential. Rizion really is just special. He has a destiny about him, kind of like how the Kaios and the Secret Society and Konats in his log, the meeting we're talking about, he does have a destiny. And it's not a destiny that was made up for him. It's not something that was prophesized. It wasn't written on a stone tablet or on a wall somewhere. It's a destiny that he's creating himself. He's choosing his path in the universe. And at the end of this, I think at the end of this log, he has a choice to leave, to go back to his old life. But he can't. And that's actually one of that's the archetype of the hero, word for word. Is that the hero goes on a journey, he changes, and then he can never really go back after that. That's part of what being a hero is about. To kind of give you an analogy, as some of you might understand it better, say in Lord of the Rings, Frodo, Frodo and Sam both go to Mount Doom to destroy the ring. Sam is able to just go back to the Shire because Sam isn't really a hero. I mean, he's a good guy. He has a lot of inner strength and perseverance, but he's not a hero. Frodo, however, who had to carry the ring and had to go through everything that they had to go through, he couldn't just go back. He had to eventually leave the Shire, and that's just an example to kind of explain that Rizion really does fit this hero archetype, and that makes the name of this log so fitting. It makes everything so fitting, just everything. It's just the whole thing's perfect. It's the only, in fact, it's nitpicking. This is completely nitpicking, but the only thing I would have changed is that the transfer from log posts, like chat posts, to actual block text about halfway through. It didn't feel natural. It was kind of weird to see on the page. I can understand why you did it, don't get me wrong. There are certain things that are easier to do and explain through, on chat channel, and then things that are easier to do and explain through forum, just writing. But other than that, this log is basically perfect. I I mean, you took everything. You took everything that's happened up to this moment, and you gave it this climactic ending. And it's just you timed everything perfectly. Rizion just hit the next tier level. I mean, it's perfect. It's so perfect, man. Anyway, really great job, Rizion. Anyone who hasn't read, I don't know if this log by itself is going to stand up as what I'm telling you it is. I think it only really has that emotional impact if you've read everything up until this point. So I might go back and try to link everything that's happened on Hydia under a topic arc or an arc topic. But if you haven't read this long, just read it, and then if you want to really understand it and really feel it, go back and read all the rest of Rizion's logs, and then I promise you it's going to hit you a lot harder. But yeah, amazing job, Riz. I'm Luke. I'll see you guys on chat time.